Wars Battlefront 1 was an awesome game, but Star Wars Battlefront 2 is an amazing game. They took everything that was good about Battlefront 1, put it in Battlefront 2, and then improved tenfold. They put in things like Jedi playability, running ability, and other kinds of different power-ups and different stages, and even different game modes that I suggested should be put in the game beforehand. You could really tell that Battlefront 2 was like Pandemic's dream machine game, and that Battlefront 1 was more of like a pilot episode to try and get their foot in the door. But does it hold up still? Does it still have that amazing dream machine type of charm? Well, let's take a look.
Okay, now that we have the disc in the system, we have to get the controller and plug it in. Okay. Alright. Wait a minute. No!
Again, this game is done by LucasArts and Pandemic. And just to stop for a second, Pandemic is a really good studio, making the likes of Destroy All Humans and Mercenaries. They even made another Star Wars game, Star Wars Clone Wars, which was released on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. So Battlefront 2 sports the same profile system as the first game, which is more than fine since it worked really well. The game has 3 game modes as the first game did as well: the Campaign, Galactic Conquest, and Instant Action. All these modes are very different this time around. There's also a Training mode and Space Overview mode. The Space Overview mode is just a flying tutorial separate from the regular training, which is nice since the new mechanic is not seen in the previous game. However, the weird thing is that it explains everything, but doesn't actually let you fly around. For training and actually flying around and trying it out, I'd recommend instant action flying missions instead. This will actually give you a feel for your aircraft, and it's instant action, so it doesn't really matter if you lose.
Don't let the enemy get away.
The campaign is the same domination TDM mode, but with an updated HUD and graphics, as well as a different storyline. Instead of following the movies, you follow the famous 501st Clone Troopers unit through both of the movies' wars. You're met again with movie-style cutscenes, but since it's not taken directly from the movies, it's a bit less good-looking quality-wise. But the story is very interesting, and the missions give you objectives instead of just kill X number of X and bring me their X, for example. Every time you win an objective, you get reinforcements as well, so it's in your best interest to not fuck around.
However, was that our unit of the 501st was really after an experimental Mygeetan power source that the Chancellor wanted for his super laser.
Galactic Conquest this time around is vastly different. Instead of a few planets to attack, you have a huge overworld map and ships to command. Each of the 2 sides take turns, much like the Civilization series, and you move from planet to planet taking them over. Once again, planets are colored. Blue is yours, red is enemy. This time around, you have to also buy your different troop types and power-ups instead of just winning them when you win a planet. Each battle you win or lose gives you a certain number of points based on a victory and how many planets you own. The point system does really well in keeping things cheap, but not too cheap, to giving some challenge to get what you want. I have to say, the Galactic Conquest mode this time around is a huge improvement on the first game's version. Instant action is the same, but much different. This is where the game gives you new options in game modes. These game modes are Conquest, which is the original domination style mode we'd be playing anyway; Hunt mode, which usually involves hunting down the natives of a planet; Capture the Flag, which is usually available in 1 or 2 flag mode; and finally, Hero and Space Assault modes. Hero Assault lets you play as either good or evil, and this is where you can play as your Jedi heroes. I should mention as well, in the regular Conquest mode of Instant Action and Galactic Conquest, you can play as a hero, which is either a Jedi or powerful gunman such as Han Solo or Boba Fett. Keep in mind though, the option only comes up once you get enough points in the mode. Space Assault is the space missions, where you fly X-Wings and Y-Wings and TIE Fighters and more. The objective is pretty well the same as Conquest, but different in the sense that there are no bases to actually capture. Instead, you either kill enemies in your spacecraft or destroy enemy ship systems, like shields, engines, and even life support. Destroying the ship systems are actually giving you more points than killing people one by one, as the shields, for example, kills about 20 to 50 units depending on what ship you destroy. As you can see, Battlefront 2 has brought a big helping to the table to improve on the first game. Every complaint I have made in the first game was resolved in the second game, from running, to different game modes, to even Jedi playable heroes. But the game does have some of its glitches, and it has actually made me lose some of the campaign missions before, making me have to go back and redo them all over again. There's also, I find the controls are a bit loose, and I have to adjust them quite a lot to actually get them to fit my needs. I can't seem to aim as well either, but that could just be my own gripes. I really hope that the third game in this series that DICE is currently developing actually ends up just as good as this game and the first game, because if they mess it up, goddamn, I'm going to kill them. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Like this video? Check out my Battlefront 1 episode and my top 5 games of all time video as well. Also, leave a comment of a game I could do next. Thanks for watching.